So today we're gonna talk about another IATF resolution. This time it's the IATF it's the IATF resolution number 168, which came out May 26th and was effective May 30 up until now and until they have a new resolution. So we're gonna talk about that. The last resolution about inbound travelers or arriving passengers from the IATF was March 24th with the resolution 166. So hopefully they wouldn't be changing it much soon, but yeah, let's talk about this while this is effective. So I want to help out and put this in a streamlined presentation because reading through the resolution is actually like reading a Hardy Boys pocketbook, if you remember those. Like, if you think this will happen, go to page 54. If not, then continue to the next page. So it can be quite confusing, and I'm sure that it was done because there's some rule somewhere that has to be done somewhat that way. But yeah, we're gonna try to put it on a more streamlined approach so that it would be easier to understand. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so before we start, I just want to say that I am already in the Philippines and I have no way of checking how the arrival will be from the airport, but I will be providing you with the rules and the guidelines. So these are the arrival protocols according to Resolution 168, and this is on entry, testing, and quarantine. This came out May 26, 2022, and it's effective May 30, 2022. Let's dive in. Let's start with the Filipino nationals who are vaccinated. So the requirements for coming into the country would be the proof of vaccination, either of the following negative test results. So that would be RT-PCR test taken within 48 hours of the flight departure, or an antigen test taken within 24 hours of the flight departure. Now, there are exemptions from testing. So the group of people who are only required to show a proof of vaccination would be Filipino nationals who are 18 and above, who has received primary series COVID-19 vaccine and at least one COVID-19 booster shot. Also, Filipino nationals aged 12 to 17 years old who has received primary series COVID-19 vaccine more than 14 days prior to the date of departure, and Filipino nationals below 12 years of age accompanied by a guardian who received primary series COVID-19 vaccine and at least one COVID-19 booster shot, regardless of what their vaccination status is. This means that the only people who are required to show the negative test results would be the Filipino nationals who are ages 18 and above, who has received primary series COVID-19 vaccine more than 14 days prior to the date of departure, but has no booster shot. Now, for Filipino nationals who are unvaccinated, partially vaccinated, or persons whose vaccination status cannot be validated, they are required to show either of the following negative test results: either an RT-PCR test taken within 48 hours of the flight departure, or an antigen test taken within 24 hours of the flight departure. They will need to undergo facility-based quarantine until the release of the negative RT-PCR test. which will be taken on the 5th day of their quarantine. They will have to undergo home quarantine after the facility-based quarantine until the 14th day from the date of their arrival, and their LGU is required to monitor them. Now, let's move on to the rules for unvaccinated minors. For unvaccinated Filipino nationals 12 to 17 years of age, they follow the same procedure as the unvaccinated adults, except a guardian should accompany the minor during the facility-based quarantine. For unvaccinated Filipino nationals below 12 years of age, they will follow the arrival protocols of their accompanying guardian. Now, for fully recovered Filipino nationals with positive RT-PCR pre-departure test result, they are required to show the positive RT-PCR test taken 10 to 30 days before the flight departure, and the positive RT-PCR test taken within 48 hours of their flight departure. They are also required to show the medical certificate stating the severity of their COVID-19 case. This means their medical certificate should show if they had an asymptomatic, mild, moderate, severe, or critical case of COVID-19. Their medical certificate should also show that the passenger has completed mandatory isolation period, that the passenger is no longer infectious, and that the passenger has been allowed free movement and travel. For fully recovered Filipino nationals with positive RT-PCR pre-departure test results, the arrival protocols will depend on their vaccination status. For vaccinated passengers, they will just need to do self-monitoring. They don't need to do facility-based quarantine. For unvaccinated, they have to undergo facility-based quarantine until the release of the negative RT-PCR test, which will be taken on the 5th day of their quarantine. After that, they need to undergo home quarantine for until the 14th day from the date of their arrival. Their LGU is required to monitor them. Finally, for foreign nationals, the requirements are proof of vaccination, a passport that is valid for at least 6 months at the time of arrival, an exit and return ticket, and this is for temporary visitors. So their exit or return ticket should correspond to their permitted allowable duration of stay under a valid visa or visa-free entry. This will not apply to foreign spouses and/or children of Filipino citizens and former Filipino citizens with balikbayan privilege under Republic Act 9174. This includes their foreign spouse and/or children who are not balikbayans in their own right and are traveling with them to the Philippines. Aside from that, there's also the negative test results. Again, it's going to be RT-PCR test taken within 48 hours of the flight departure, or the antigen test taken within 24 hours of flight departure. There are similar exemptions from testing. So those who are exempted from testing would be foreign nationals 18 and above who has received primary series COVID-19 vaccine and at least one COVID-19 booster shot, foreign nationals 12 to 17 years old who has received primary series COVID-19 vaccine more than 14 days prior to the date of departure, and foreign nationals below 12 years old accompanied by a Filipino parent who received primary series COVID-19 vaccine and at least one COVID-19 booster shot, regardless of their vaccination status. In short, foreign nationals 18 and above who have received primary series COVID-19 vaccine more than 14 days prior to the date of departure without booster shots are the only foreign nationals who are required to provide negative test results. For unvaccinated foreign nationals who are minors, 12 to 17 years of age, they must be traveling with their Filipino parent, and they will follow the protocol based on their vaccination status. Just like with unvaccinated Filipino nationals 12 to 17 years of age, a guardian should accompany the minor during the facility-based quarantine. For unvaccinated foreign nationals below 12 years of age, they will follow the arrival protocols of their accompanying Filipino parent. Now, for foreign nationals who are unvaccinated, partially vaccinated, or whose vaccination status cannot be validated, unfortunately, they will be denied admission. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. If you found this video to be informative and valuable, please give me a like and subscribe. Feel free to share this with your friends and family who you believe will also benefit from the information. And if you found this video to be informative and valuable, please give me a like and subscribe. Oh, I already said that. But did you give me a like and subscribe? Please do. Bye!